Just because I'm wearing a tank top doesn't mean I'm lifting weights.
I was just giving credit where credit is due, and that is straight to your biceps. You can take a look at all the guys that Michael just talked about and who I was not fully listening to him.
Triple shimmy. Got him. And Fuentes, it's a grinder behind the back rim by Strowman, but can he get it there in time? Just barely.
We like to call them an egg Sammy here.
Oh, yeah. We definitely don't do that here.
Struck him out.
Paying homage to Tommy Lasorda.
The enthusiasm needs to get higher for that. It's hump day in baseball.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to SP Streamer Live. I'm your host, Michael Simione. You follow me on Twitter at SP Streamer. For today, we're going to go through the typical, morning routine with the chart and everything. And then we're actually going to discuss Chris Flexen, who had just had a really nice start going. It was like 8 innings, no earned against the Twins too, which was pretty surprising. But we're going to talk about him a little bit too, because he's been playing pretty well. So, let's get started real quick. For today, I think we talked about this on Monday morning, this slate, so I'm not going to, dive into it too much. Our main and shallow pick for today is Tariq Skubal. He's going against the Royals, hot and cold team. Haven't been hitting that well. Skubal should not be 30% owned. Riding with that changeup, riding with the new sinker now has been looking really good. If he's still somehow out there, maybe in like a 10-teamer, this is a really good stream. I definitely would take him. Singer's also a good option if he's still out there against Detroit. Detroit strikes out a ton. Their swing strike percentage is always high and always green. And then we're going to still rock with Bailey Ober. So I know Seattle just kind of exploded offensively as of late, and they've actually been pretty decent too. But I'm still going to utilize this. I don't think Seattle's this good. And against righties, they tend to strike out a lot. And I just don't think they're this good. I think they're going to come back to earth eventually. And I think Ober could get you 5 decent innings. And then 2, I think the Twins offense should show up against Sheffield because they hit lefties pretty well. And, maybe he get you that win also. Stripling is an okay option. I like him as a pitcher, but the Yankees are hot. Again, there's nothing too obvious here the rest of the way. The Padres have been struggling, but Freeland's been a disaster, and in Colorado. So, again, this is kind of a mess. We're going from last month where we had these pitchers who had all these greens across the entire board. Now it's just scattered and difficult to pick, and that's why, I don't know. We're having like our worst month ever, but we'll keep plugging away there. All right. As for tomorrow, small slate, not a lot of good options. Wade Miley is the best, easiest option for the day. Again, Padres struggling. Miley's been pretty good this season. Been good on the road. Padres haven't been good against lefties. After there, it gets really iffy. I wouldn't stream on this day unless you have to. I guess I'll roll with Caleb Smith against the Giants. I don't really buy this, the Giant struggles right now. I think they're going to explode eventually, but we'll roll with Caleb Smith. I don't really think he's going to be that great moving forward, honestly, like rest of season type, but those strikeouts can be there. So I guess we'll just roll with him because John Gant, I don't trust, finally exploded. George Lopez, you have no idea what you're going to get from him. Michael King goes against Toronto. No, thank you. Done against the Rays. I don't want to touch either. And then Matt Manning making his debut. But what do I always say? Rookie pitchers are not a good idea. They're not a good idea to start when they debut. They typically don't pitch well. It doesn't mean they don't always pitch well, but typically they don't. We've seen that a ton this season. So again, just stay away from him, especially against the Red Hot Angels. All right, so we're up to the 18th. We're going to roll through this together real quickly. I tried to kind of preset this, sort of, maybe, but not really. I'm actually going to have to zoom out a little bit here. Sorry, guys. All right, Josh Fleming against Seattle. So right now it shows Waka starting. With Glasnow hurt, I'm curious if they're going to let Waka go and Fleming be the next day. We got to see, but typically Waka opens for Fleming, which means Fleming's pitching on this day. Going against Seattle, again, don't really believe in that offense. I like this a lot. I love Fleming a lot. I'm going to give this a 7.5. We got Velasquez going against the Giants, who again I think will rebound. VV, man, we never know what you're doing. I'll go 6.5 here. Seymour against Atlanta, another pitcher. We have no idea what the heck you're doing ever. When you're going to be good, when you're going to be bad. I'm going to give him a 6-0 because I just can't. I can't do it. Lucchese's going against the Nationals. I know they just hit Tyler Anderson, but they have been struggling. So we're going to kind of watch them the next 2 days. If they start going back towards where they were, then I would take the start. The only thing is, it's going to be tough for Lucchese to go 5. The Mets pull him quick, so we're going to have to see here. But as of right now, I'm going to go 6.5 for him. We'll bump this bad boy up. All right. Jameson Taillon, he has been a disaster. His stuff doesn't look good. Fastball, I want him to not throw it as much, but he's throwing it more. Going against Oakland, not a good matchup. He just looks lost right now, which is pretty sad. Johnny Cueto going against Phillies. Cueto is pretty good at home. A pitcher that typically pitches pretty well. Sometimes, he's a little hard to figure out too. The Phillies looks like they just lost Harper to the IL. So that's going to hurt them definitely. This isn't that bad of a start. I'm going to give this a 6.7 just because I do like Cueto at home. He tends to pitch really well at Oracle. All right, Davies going against Miami. Davies has been really good as of late. Not strikeout-wise, never good in strikeouts, but really good just overall ratios, solid ERA. Look at the ERA at home. Miami's starting to cool off a little bit. I'm going to give this a 6.8, actually. Kind of like this. But again, if you want K's, don't even look at them. Joe Ross against the Mets. Joe Ross just had a fantastic start. Mets are piping hot, though. I think because the Mets have seen him before, I'd be a little scared of this. I'm going to give him a 6.6, but the potential's there. It kind of always is with Ross, but he's been up and down. Alex Cobb, I give up on you, man. Every time I stream you, it just doesn't work out. The splitter isn't going. We'll give you a 6.3 and we'll move on there. All right, James Caprillion, he is going into Yankee Stadium. I don't want this. Yankees are red hot. Their plate discipline's been good. Shout out to John at MLB Moving Averages for that little hint, which is pretty cool. Basically, he said when the Yankees' plate discipline starts trending the right way, that means they're going to start getting hot. So they've been really hot as of late. Caprillion's good, but you can't really touch him in Yankee Stadium right now. All right. Jackson Kowar going against Boston. I need to see more from him. We're just going to go to 5.9 there. Tony Santillan, pretty good first start. He gets the Padres, who are pretty cold. So, his stuff's pretty okay. I just need to see more. It's not overpowering, though. Just to give him a little bit of the benefit of doubt, we're going to go with a 6.5 here. Man, this is a big slate, guys. All right, Mike Foltynewicz. Going against Minnesota, really good offense. Don't trust this. Don't trust him. We're going to go with a 5.7. Chad Cool against Cleveland. As you all know, I'm kind of a fan of streaming against Cleveland. Cool, though. It's okay. I'm going to go with 6.6 here. I like that it is at home. That kind of helps that situation. Tony Senzatella. Nah, I'm good. Not at home against Milwaukee. We're going to go 5.5. And then Bruce Zimmerman against Toronto. I know he's been okay, but I can't touch that right there. All right, so let's merge this real quick. All right, so it looks like our main/shallow league pick is going to be Fleming. That's if he goes. Again, we kind of have to wait and see. Our shallow pick, this is horrible. I'm going to have to go Chad Cool for deep league picks because I don't know. The Mets are so hot. I just can't do it with Ross. All right, so that's going to be our picks for 2 days from now. So we got Cool and Fleming. If Washington cools off, I'm definitely going to go Lucchese over Cool, but we'll see what happens there. Then we got Miley Smith and then Scooble, who actually is our streamer of the week right now because, again, it's obvious he's pitching so well. And then I'm going to take a shot at Bailey Ober, see what he's got, see what happens there. Any questions? Again, just comment, shoot it over to me on Twitch. Let me know. All right, so we're gonna move on to Chris Flexen, who's been pitching pretty well. So again, I said last night he had a really good game, a really good start, 8 innings, no earned. Threw the changeup a lot. Look at the 7 whiffs on it. I like that. The cutter didn't really do much. And then the 4-seam too didn't really do much either, but got some called strikes. We're going to kind of dive into that. I just wanted to show that this is what he did yesterday. So on the season, 4.68 ERA, okay FIP. I mean, the strikeout rate is super low, but really good control pitcher with the low walks, But the question is, what about the command? So reason why I'm talking about him, though, so let's look at his game log. Let's go to the dashboard here. So if you look at his last 4 starts, right, he has a 2.67 ERA with a 2.98 FIP, which means kind of looks legit, right? I mean, he has this one kind of blow up against Oakland, which Oakland's good offense, can't really hate on that. But he took care of Texas where he should have, took care of Detroit, and then exploded against Minnesota, which was baffling and not expected. So if you, again, look at the last 4 starts, the K rate goes up to 20.2% compared to his 15.9 on the season. The walk rate's dropping. The K walk's way above what it typically is. The whip is a 0.85. So everything looks great. Everything's trending up. The question is, what is he doing, right? I mean, we got to see if he's actually making a change, to see if something's actually happening here quickly. I just want to look at the plate discipline too. The swing strike is up. The chases are up. So that's all good there too. So is he making a pitch mix change? Well, let's see. He throws 2 fastballs, typically throws them 35.9% of the time. Right now he's at about 37% in these 4 starts. So not much change there. Not much change in the slider usage. Not much change at all. So, that's, a little discouraging. The one thing you could point out maybe is the velocity. Typically he's at 92.6. He's at 93.1, which is half a tick. Half a tick can make a big difference. So again, what is anything here telling me that he's kind of a must add type of thing? So I want to roll over to his pitch usage chart. This is by game, and you can see something somewhat noticeable here. So in his game against Minnesota, so this could be game plan or this could be him figuring something out. He kind of starts to go to the changeup, this blue line here a little bit through the past few games, dips down against Texas where he did pitch well, and then he kind of goes up and down with it. And then all of a sudden he spikes up, right? 28% against Minnesota. He's never thrown it that much. So I want to see this moving forward. I want to see if he does go to that change moving forward. And the reason being is that his changeup is good. It's better than most of his other pitches, at least. I mean, the 76 WRC plus is good. If you look at his fastballs, they can get hit hard. We'll kind of touch on that in a little bit. But what's pretty key here with the changeup too is the velocity difference. I mean, you got a 10-mile-an-hour difference between the two, his 4-seam and the changeup. So maybe if he starts throwing, pairing it with the 4-seam more, we might see a little bit of better results there. So we're going to look at his locations real quick. The 4-seam, we've been looking, a lot of streamers struggle with this. The 4-seam location isn't that great. The cutter's okay. I like how he's putting it, towards the side of the zone. That's an okay location there. I really don't mind that, honestly. The changeup location is really interesting. He doesn't keep it low, but he keeps it on the edge of the zone and does it pretty consistently. And that's probably why it's pretty successful. I mean, if you're pairing that with like the cutter and the fastball and they're just parting ways like that, like really good tunnel and then both going opposite sides, that's going to be really difficult to touch. So again, I like that he went changeup heavy, and I'm curious to see if that kind of continues. Because if it does, it could be interesting. Do I think it'll make him a really good pitcher? Not really. I think the cutter really needs to get better. The 4-seams are right. I think he needs to develop more whiffs on the cutter. So for us to really, see anything really good moving forward. Just quickly looking at some movements here. I mean, again, the cutter's decent. I want to see more whiffs on that. Might be location. I'm not too sure. The changeup has good vertical movement there. The curveball's okay. It has all right results. Again, I think I like the changeup better though, personally. So we got to see if he could do that moving forward. So what does this all mean? I mean, again, I think if he continues to make the pitch mix change, he could be decent. I think he can be someone that you can use in the right situations. The high strikeout rate, I mean, there's no high strikeout rate. He's never really going to be a strikeout pitcher. But I think it will help if he utilizes that changeup. So basically what I'm saying is moving forward, check out Flexen, see his next couple starts, see if he's going changeup heavy. If he is, then, maybe start grabbing him, rolling him out there, that kind of stuff. What is good is that he's taking care of those, the teams that he should. Like he took care of Detroit, took care of Texas, he took care of Cleveland, took care of Texas again. He's pitching well in games he should. I mean, he's had a couple of games where he got lit up like Minnesota. I mean, this Padres game is not very good. But yeah, so some good stuff there. We got a question from B Ward. Skubal worth inquiring a trade about for the long haul, taking all my leagues. Yes, absolutely is. Looks like he's got really high strikeout potential. He's only going to develop more and be better, especially in keeper leagues. I feel like it's a no-brainer. I think you just you got to add him everywhere you can. And as long as he's 30%, I'm going to keep saying him as my main pick. I don't even care who he's facing, unless he becomes disastrous, but I don't really see that happening. So, yeah. All right, so that does it. So, again, Chris Flexen, we're still waiting to see the official pitch mix change. The increase in velocity is pretty good. So, we want to see more. He looks like he's trending the right way, but we still need to see more before really adding and, jumping all over him type of thing. And then, again, streamers today, we got Skubal, Ober, tomorrow Miley Smith, and the next day Fleming and Cool. That is if Fleming does get the start. So that about does it. Thanks, everyone who watched. Please follow us on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube, check out our Twitter at SP Streamer, website, spstreamer.com. Try and bring in as much content as cool/different content as possible. And again, really appreciate you all who watch and, this early in the morning. I guess, sometimes we all, wake up and don't want to do anything. So I appreciate you guys coming to your computers to watch me. And that does it. I hope you all have a good day. We will be back tomorrow morning. We'll be back rest of the week in the morning. And so I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. See you later.